There are numerous steps you need to take before you put your home on the market. One of the biggest is hiring a realtor. In today's Realty Rant, Vince Arcuri and Victoria McGuire from Cooperative Real Estate tell you the questions, or at least help you, before you hire your next real estate agent. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy 4th of July, Tampa Bay. I got my red, white, and blue Speedos on underneath, headed straight to the beach after
Vince,
this.
What? You are too much.
If you see me laying out on the beach, don't try to push me back in the water. It's just me getting some sun.
So there you go. If you want to base your real estate professional on what they were underneath, well, there you go. Vince is taking care of that. But I think you have a few other tips.
All American. Yes. Today we have a pretty good thing. You know, I think one of the things we had talked about is overcomplicating the real estate industry as a whole. The first person to ever make a mountain out of a molehill was a real estate agent, I'm sure. And sometimes we overcomplicate the issues of selling your home. And one of the biggest issues that we run into, and I know we ran into it yesterday, is just a simple lockbox. Having a lockbox on a home is a fantastic way. They're very secure. They cut off we schedule ours to cut off at 6 o'clock at night. They cut on at 9 a.m. so nobody's going to come in your home in the middle of the night. They're synced to our iPhones. So real estate agents, I know as soon as somebody opens up one of my lockboxes, I think real estate agents have a tendency to sell to the consumer that, hey, let me be here for the showing, and somehow I'm going to make the home show better that I'm there. That's really not the case. I think people like to look at how is empty, you leave your lights on, the home's smelling good, a good temperature like we've talked about before, but use these lock boxes. And sometimes when consumers have questions about the safety of them, the real estate agents will say, hey, let me add this additional code. That's the biggest problem. We didn't show a home yesterday because we couldn't get a hold of the agent, because the agent was not accessible to us, and we couldn't get the code, so that particular person didn't get the showing that could have resulted in a sale. We had a fantastic buyer that ended up buying another home.
Okay, so Victoria, let me get this straight. You're saying people overcomplicate, like in the sense that when they hear about the lockbox, they want to try to make it more difficult, which in reality kind of hurts them in the end when it comes to selling their house. Is that correct?
It does, yes. And another thing that a lot of agents like to do, like Vince was saying, is they want to be present when the home is being shown.
Yeah.
But then you have to coordinate 3 people's schedule. It's already hard enough to, coordinate 2 people's schedule in today's crazy world. So then you can't get a hold of this agent. They want to be there at the show. The buyer wants to go at a certain time, the agent's busy, it doesn't work out 9 times out of 10, and then you end up saying, you know what, just forget it, I'll show a different house.
And which is unfavorable, obviously, to the person who's trying to sell their house. And
right.
So with that said, if you do have a house for sale and you hear like big companies or big names that you want to go with, not necessarily the best idea when you're in the market.
Well, I mean, I think that every real estate agent has a different strategy, but the strategy of the objective is to get as many people into your house as possible. Or let me take that back. As many qualified prospects into your house as possible that are potential buyers. The more that you can get in, the more traffic you can. One of the biggest mistakes real estate agents make is they send consumers to these consumer websites, and then they go and start browsing other properties, and they completely lose focus of your home. One of the things that we do is we make an individual website just for that particular home. It's a one-way street, if you will. We get school information, shopping information, payment information, all the information they would need to know about that one house, so that they're locked into that one particular property. Everybody should have that. And then another thing that we had talked about, just as a consumer awareness and overcomplicating things, is these affiliated business disclosures. And a lot of people list, and they love this one-stop shopping that real estate agents like to provide. And oh my word, that could be a complete segment on its own. But the federal government requires you as a seller to sign this document because maybe you should read it. An affiliated business disclosure means that, hey, the real estate agent may say, hey, use my title company, use my mortgage company. Well, you know what? That's great. If you have to buy a car, maybe you buy a Chevrolet, you don't have to buy a Lamborghini. But that disclosure is saying, hey, they're getting compensated for pushing you down that road. So you as the seller need to ask the questions. This is a real realty rant today.
I was going to say, yes, we are out of time, but
you need to ask questions about that before you get something that you should ask as a consumer and shop those rates around instead of just going with who the real estate agent puts in front of you.
Okay, well, I was going to say that was a lot in this topic. So please, if you want any more information on this, as always, be sure to call Cooperative Real Estate at 813-846-2368 or log on to realtyrant.com. I think we've got forgot next week's topic, perhaps. I don't know. That was a good one. We got to dig more into that one, Vince. Thanks for your time.